Hello and welcome back to Tech Tuesday. We're coming up on May now, getting a little bit later in the year, and you're probably trying to figure out some more creative ways to assess your students, or maybe just to kind of have them demonstrate what they've learned. And a really great way to do this is actually a nice spin on the New York Times game Connections. Connections, if you're not familiar, is where you get 16 different words and you're grouping them up based on how they're connected, grouping together, whether they share a common attribute. And you can actually use this for students in a variety of different ways, regardless of what you're teaching. Let's take a look. Here's what it looks like. And so you're basically trying to match up words that have a similar connection here. So words that are basically synonyms for emotionally sway. We've got a couple other that are basically words for refined sensibility. A few other words here. Nope, got that one wrong. Oh, all right, let's try one more time. All right, third time's the charm. I've got those and I can actually share those. Now, here's how you would actually use it for educational purposes. What I did was I actually created one for my journalism class. We're talking about podcasting right now. And so I wanted to put a couple of terms in there, but not even just vocabulary words, but different types of categories, like where you might find podcasts. Or if I'm talking about podcast genres, how-to, news, interview, and comedy. Right? Those are types of podcasts. Or maybe I want to have a couple of terms that are ingredients for a good interview. A microphone, obviously, questions, but a sense of curiosity, which is really important. And then also guests. So those are requirements for a good interview. And then my last one right here, I have active and then blank because we're talking about active listening. You can use this for all sorts of different terms or categorization, and it's a really creative way just to kind of see what kids are learning. Here's an example of how to actually create this. I've got 4 different categories right here. I'm going to go ahead and do English terms. Up top, I put first, second, third, and objective if I'm talking about points of view right here. Down here, another English concept. I'm going to go ahead and put down character, self, nature, society, and I'll put character versus, I'm looking at types of conflict here. Character versus character, self, etc. Then I'll go ahead and do another category up here. Science fiction, fantasy, romance. I'm going to add historical. I'll put genres of fiction, and I'll change this to sci-fi instead. Make that a little bit harder here. Then maybe I want to talk a little bit about parts of plot. I'll put down exposition, rising action, climax, resolution, and then parts of plot. And then points of view for up here. And then when I generate this, it'll create my connections for me. And when I'm ready to share that, I'll go to the top here and click on Share Puzzle, and then I can copy and paste that link and I can share it with my students. What's great about this as well is that it's very, very easy for students to create their own connections. And so you could give an assignment where you're maybe telling them create a connection based on whatever topic it is that you're teaching. They can actually share them with each other, which is kind of cool. It might be great for them to kind of see how fast they can get one another's connections. That's a really great part of the game regardless, is to kind of see I can get it in 4 tries, I got it in, 6 tries or whatever, I beat you. And so that's a really great way too to gamify learning, but also getting students to categorize things and group things in creative ways, regardless of what you're teaching. Thank you so much for watching this Tech Tuesday. If you have any future ideas that you'd like covered, let me know.